Welcome back to our second video of Flutter development with David Larson. Let's go!
Put your hoodie on, lights off, dark mode activated. Let's write codes.
Let's write codes.
How to create a new Flutter project, then the basic components of a Flutter application. We're starting straight with creating new Flutter project. So I've just opened my Android Studio. I'm just making an assumption that we all have a Flutter and Dart already configured in our Android Studio. That was something we had in our first tutorial. So go over to projects, then click new Flutter project. Click right there, you get this. Make sure Flutter is checked right here, and then here you're supposed to navigate to the path where you copied your Flutter SDK. For my case, it was in the source folder, Flutter, and the SDK is supposed to be copied in the C directory. Well, mine is okay, so I'll just click next, and I give my project a name. Maybe I can call it just to do. Let's create a basic project of to-do list, right? It's called to do, and I want my project to be targeted on Android, iOS, and web. So I'm going to uncheck Linux, uncheck this, and uncheck this. Interested in these three. I just want my APK to be lighter. So when I'm done with all that, I can just come right here and click on create. Alright, my project is now opening. When you just open Android Studio, I recommend in the first few seconds or a minute, don't do anything. First leave the files to be running in the background. You can see something running here, and leave them to all load. So in the meantime, let me be navigating you through the structures of Android Studio. So right up here is a project directory. When you create a project, automatically you get all these, right? So we have right here, we have the iOS, we have Android, and then we have web, and that's what we configured our project to. And then we have some other files here. We shall be looking at this one at a time later in the future. So for now, the folder that we're going to give a lot of emphasis on is this lib folder. So this folder is where all our Dart files will be stored. All that files shall be creating will be right here. You can see that this main.dat is right there, and this main.dat comes by default. Let me close this first. So this is our project, guys. We've opened it, and then the terminal is right here. The terminal is where you can be writing your commands. Okay, so let me just minimize that. This is where you click on to run your project, and then if you want emulator, if you want a virtual device like virtual phone, you just click right here and then you create one. But you should be able to trust your device. Your device should be minimum 8 GB RAM and should be operating on SSD for you to be able to run the emulator effectively. So you click right here on the plus sign, then you create virtual device. Then you download that virtual device and you can be able to run it as your testing app. But for my case, I already have my phone connected to my PC using a USB, and my phone is displayed right here. So up here I have option of my phone, my physical phone, Chrome, and then Edge. So for now, I want to be using my phone for display. I'm going to choose my phone right here under devices. Yes, that's what I need. Then I just double click on it. Yes, let me mirror it so you guys may be able to see. I click on the plus sign here. I want to mirror my phone. Well, whatever is happening here is currently running on my physical phone right now that I connected with the PC using. So this is the screen of my phone, and this is where I want to test my application. So this is the default that file, that the code that we've been provided with. So let's try to run this and see what comes in. I click on the run button up here. Let me see what will come. When you click run, by default you activate this and you'll be able to see your progress right here. The application will be running down here. Usually it takes about 1 to 5 minutes for your application to run for the first time on your device. And then next time should just be doing hot reloading and it'll just be happening in seconds. So the fast running always takes a lot of time like this. So my app is now installing. I can see it right here. You can be able to see everything right here on the console. It's installing my phone. I should be able to see the changes right here. And our app was called to do. So you should be able to see our to do app right on our phone here. Well, it's initializing on the phone. Just a few more seconds. Boom. Boom. So our application is already there. She's right here. Just loaded. So by default, this is the app that runs. So you got this, something with a button, clicking. So this is the application that comes by default when you run it. But for our case, we want to do our own stuff from scratch. So I'm just going to minimize this. Okay. So now let's write our own code following the widget tree. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to delete all this. We don't need this. We want to create our own application. Every Flutter application, every page comprises of widgets. When I talk of widgets, those are just the small components that make up a given page. And the one we have at the top most is the material app. Material app is a root widget. Then subdivided into the title. This is the overall title of the application. And this one usually shows when you delete an app or on your phone, or you're showing app history on your phone, this is what appears. And under this, you can as well write the theme. You can write the theme for your application, the theme that's going to control the whole of this application. That's when you see people switching on between dark and light mode. Okay, so under home, we have the scaffold right below it. Then the scaffold has two main components, the app bar and then the body. So the app bar basically has title, some may have icons in it. Yeah, so the components don't matter. Then the body as well is another one, and it has all its components. Then sometimes you could also have the bottom navigation bar, right? So guys, this is a structure of a widget tree of an ideal Flutter application. Let's now dive into the actual code. So basically in Flutter, for applications that don't have a lot of stuff changing, the page is just constant, usually use what we call a stateless widget. Before that, up here we just importing Flutter packages, material.dar. That those are packages that we use to get default icons, you know what I mean, the formatting of fonts, colors, all that, they are located within this. And then this is just running our material application, right? Just initializing our app right here. So I come down here and type stateless. Here I just want to create a stateless widget. Stateless widget is the one that doesn't change, right? You just want to create an app whose page is constant. So when I create that, you create a stateless widget. So here, right here, we have what we call a class, and a class should be given a name similar to that of the project. So our project is called my app, so given a class called my app too, should be the same name. See, the error is gone. And then from our widget tree on the right top, we just want return material app. Okay, that's what we want to return. That's the topmost widget right there, the root. So inside the material app, I shall have its title. Title is usually text, so it has to be on those inverted commas, and give it maybe to-do list. That's the name of our title. You can even give it a theme. So inside you shall have theme data always in the beginning on the other side of the full column should begin in capital letters. So primary data. It's already given us suggestion right here. I just click on that. Okay. So inside you shall have primary. Sorry for that. So inside you shall have primary. The option is already up there. So I just click on the tab key. Dot choose a color. Colors dot choose a color. Can choose my app default be blue. That's a default theme. You know what I'm talking about? Every application has a default color, right? So this is where I set it from the topmost widget, right? So we're done with that. So our next on the widget tree, we got the scaffold. So the home first, then the home is calling the scaffold. So the scaffold is right there. Just click on the tab key, it's opening, and open the full bracket. So inside the scaffold, we have the app bar, then the body. So I'm just going to type app bar. Okay. So here I have app bar, then I give it a text. So the title of my app bar, give it a title. So its title is going to be a text. So our app bar is going to take on the text widget, and the text is going to be, maybe we call it my to-do list. Okay, let's put a comma right there. Well, that is our app bar. Let's try to run this. Since you already ran our application, the next time you just come and hot reload and see changes that will happen. Well, that's our app bar right there. So let's try to give it a color. Let's give our app bar a different color. So just come right on top there. I'm changing the background color of the app bar. Okay, so just colors dot, just click colors dot, click a dot, all these options will be available. So let's give it a green color. Let's see what happens. I hot reload our application, click right up there. Boom, the changes are there. My to-do list. Well, maybe let's try to change the text to white. So inside the text widget right here, come and add on styles to it. You know what I'm saying? Style. Then here I'll have text, style, text, put a comma there. So in Flutter, we use a comma to separate one component of a given widget from another. For instance, inside this text style, we're going to have so many components. First, with a color. So I'm going to give it a color, colors dot. I need colors dot. Let me give it color white. It's right here. So I just double click on this. Then I put a comma. I'm separating the components of that widget called text. And I'm adding in another component, maybe font weight. Font weight. A font weight, right this side I'll have font weight dot bold. Okay. Alright. Then we could maybe change the font size. So it shall have font. It's already right up. Our first to-do list was download Android Studio. Okay, that's the first thing I did right there. there's something we didn't show. Inside columns, since you're going to have more than one text, we have so many components in a column, so we're supposed to enclose everything within the column in supposed to be assign them as children, right? We're going to call them children of that given column. So right here I was supposed to declare children. You know what I'm saying? Children in small letters. So I'm just going to copy all the text that I just created. This one right here, I just say Ctrl X, then it's supposed to be inside here. Ctrl V. Alright, so at the end of the column, we expected a comma right there. Alright, so this shows our structure. We have a column, then it's column right, which is going to take on values along here. Then within the column, we're going to have now the children. And our first child is right, the text right here. So let's run this and see what we get. Wow, this is it. So let's try to create more to-do lists. I'm just going to copy this. It's going to copy this, the text attribute. Sorry, it's going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I paste more of them here. Ctrl V, Ctrl V. I try to run this a bit. Okay, so this is the download Flutter. Then configure, Flutter, and that in Android. Okay, so this one right here, I can call it 2, then this one 3. Right, when I do a hot reload right here, okay, this is what I get. Alright guys, so this is it for today.